Are we cheating now with technology? Forward-facing sonar, side mapping, drones, and other things. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. If you're new, my name is Steve Chapman. Is technology turning bass fishing into cheating? Forward-facing sonar and advanced electronics are changing the game, and it has anglers and fans divided. Let's break it down and discuss if it's helping or hurting bass fishing. Now, everyone has an opinion on this subject, but don't shoot the messenger. Let's have a mature conversation if forward-facing sonar and technology is making fans and anglers think that it's cheating. Now we're going to look at both sides of this. To start off with, why is it considered cheating? Technology and forward-facing sonar allows anglers watch fish in real time and cast directly at them. Number two, traditional fishing is less important. Reading the water, patterning fish, and going on your instincts doesn't happen. Anglers can follow and target specific fish, whereas you would go out fishing and you're just casting, you're blind casting or sight fishing, but you're blind casting the majority of the time, hoping to catch something. With technology, you can now target a specific size fish and, if lucky, catch it. Number four, it limits anglers who don't have the same technology as others. Meaning, if you are in a high school tournament and your dad has an aluminum boat, doesn't have all the electronics, versus the young man who has the $100,000 boat and the $30,000 worth of electronics, he's at an advantage over that other angler. Some might consider that cheating. And many pros have said it's not cheating, but it's really close. So I had a buddy come over while I was watching an elite tournament recently. And if you don't know, I have a Mac where I edit and do all my stuff. And I have two giant monitors. One monitor kind of keeps all of my tools on one side and then my timeline on another one and what I'm doing. And he came in and I had on my other screen bass fishing. And he watched it, sat down over here and watched it for a little bit and then said, why is that angler staring down at that screen? And why is he only casting at certain times? Why is he not blind casting? And I said, well, he's using forward-facing sonar to his ability. His immediate response was, isn't that cheating? And I had to explain to him that it's allowed. But have we gotten to the point where technology and new technology that is brought out into the market is considered cheating? I said it just a minute ago. It's allowed in some businesses and some organizations. Some prohibit it, some prohibit some of it. Sometimes you can use it some periods, other times you can't. So it's allowed, it's in the rules. Also, we have to remember that electronics don't make the fish bite. You still have to make the right cast, be precise. You got to put the right bait in front of them. You still have to have the skills to make that bass or fish bite. The technology doesn't trigger strikes. We need to remember that. And while the tech is evolving, so are the fish. We've had paper graphs to GPS, to side imaging, to forward-facing sonar. It's the evolution of professional fishing, or fishing in general. We always have something new coming up to hopefully allow us to catch more fish. That's why I don't know if it's cheating. And last but not least, it is a tool that when used effectively can help you target the right fish. But the angler using it still has to make the correct decisions. They have to make the correct adjustments, and they have to make the proper presentation for that fish to bite your bait. Now the real issue comes down to the debate between fairness and evolution. Because fans and even some pros feel like the magic of the hunt is now replaced by anglers video game fishing. And the pressure is rising on tournament organizations that they can either preserve the traditional way of fishing and the challenges that happens with it, or they can let evolution happen. And we have seen the evolution of fishing happen in the plethora of everything that we're doing. From reels, to rods, to lures, to line, to the electronics. And the debate between if forward-facing sonar is cheating or if it's not cheating is, without question, the biggest dilemma that this industry and sport has. And while I am not a forward-facing sonar, I'm not a fan of forward-facing sonar. I am a fan of anglers catching fish. I am a fan that if an angler is using forward-facing sonar, they need to make sure that they articulate and communicate even better while they're using that forward-facing sonar than when they're not. And I think there's a lot of things that could make forward-facing sonar better for the community. But is it considered cheating? Is technology cheating? That is the question at hand. That's the question that gets talked about nonstop, from casual fans to regular fans to diehards. Because if you're watching this, I'm going to assume you're one of the diehard anglers, one of the diehard fans like myself. You're one of those fans that want to know the little bitty, intricate details to what's going on, how it's going on, and what the angler is thinking. But does technology mean that we're cheating? And as fans and anglers, we are very stubborn and also loyal to the traditional way of fishing, the way that we were brought up fishing, how we were brought up fishing. And there are times that even in my comments that I read things and I say to myself, man, we're not moving forward with the hate and everything else that goes on with technology, because we love it in certain instances and we hate it in others. And there has to be a happy medium at some point where we can just stop talking about it. And here I am doing a video on it. But this is one of the many topics that I am trying to make a video about, to talk about both sides and communicate and articulate what I think most fans feel like or how we feel. But I'd like to know what you think. So comment below and tell me what you think. Do you think it's cheating? Yes or no? I think a lot of people are going to say yes. I understand that. I do understand it. But maybe we're pigeonholing ourselves and not thinking outside of the box by saying that. And maybe while it's expensive and pricey and it makes anglers not talk to us, maybe if we taught the anglers, the pro anglers, how to articulate and communicate on what they're doing, maybe that might make things better. But it's amazing how someone who doesn't have anything to do with fishing can watch it for a few seconds, ask a question, and instantly say, is that cheating? That's, I think, where we're losing a lot of people in the community. Because if you're not a big fan of fishing, you're not a big fan of watching fishing, and you watch it one time and you see that, does that turn off that angler or that casual fan? Because we need to continue to grow the sport. Technology, at this point in time, kind of seems like it isn't growing or helping grow the sport. It's helping grow someone's pocketbook, but maybe not the hobby. But what do you think? Comment below and tell me what you think. I'd love to hear all your responses, so I appreciate it. Thanks to all the new subscribers and members and everyone who's interactive on the channel. I really do appreciate it. You guys are absolutely rock stars, and thank you. I really do appreciate everyone checking in on me. It's awesome, so thank you. But if you're not a subscriber, you should be. It's quick, easy, and it takes 5 seconds. Just click that button and welcome to the team. Remember, take a kid fishing, tight lines, cheers, and get your fish on.